Hello, I am Rosie Lovely, aka Raf Kinney. You could also call me Allie B. But this is a more serious video than the videos I usually post. I have made a live stream about this, but it definitely got off topic than this topic. So I thought it would just be easier to make a full-on video about it, so I can't really get off topic. So I suffer from a condition called Turner syndrome, and if you do not know what that is, it is basically a condition that has to do with the female reproductive chromosomes. So imagine those two X's are my reproductive chromosomes. Well, watch. What happened to it? Where did it go? Okay, tell me who took it, because I do not have it. So who took it? Who took it? Well, the truth is that it just doesn't exist. I was not born with it, and I don't know, something just happened when I was in my mom's belly being conceived, and something happened, and the chromosome just didn't clone itself for some reason. Because you know how, like, in biology and stuff like that, you learn that females have two X chromosomes in their reproductive cells, and a male has an X and a Y chromosome in their reproductive cells. Yeah, well, I'm missing that chromosome that's supposed to be there. I'm missing that X chromosome. And sometimes it's a deletion mutation of, like, just part of it missing. So monosomy is the one I'm pretty sure I suffered through, which is just missing full chromosome. And the mosaicism one, sorry if I'm butchering the names, I am by no means an expert, but that one is basically when only part of it is missing, and it only affects females or AFABs, assigned female at birth, because it has to do with our reproductive cells. But it is a very rare genetic condition, kind of like Klinefelter diseases. Klinefelter syndrome, I think is what it's called. Something like that. Yeah, it was syndrome. Syndrome tends to be the one that they use for ones that are not, like, you don't get over time. You're just born with it. They tend to use syndrome for those type of conditions. The chance of surviving birth, if you have Turner syndrome, is 1 to 2%, or 1 in 2,000, or 1 in 4,000. So, I was basically very lucky to actually survive birth and actually survive after birth. Some of the physical symptoms are low set ears, short stature, scoliosis, lack of hormonal development, aka you don't go through puberty, a large number of moles, neck webbing, and a bunch of others. Some of the problems that can occur is kidney failure, heart defects, underdeveloped ovaries, which is very common, hearing loss, vision problems, and hypothyroidism. Underdeveloped ovaries, lack of hormonal development, vision problems, hearing loss, and hypothyroidism tend to be the more common ones. The heart defects and stuff like that, it's just like you're just at a higher risk for that kind of stuff happening. So some of the treatments you can get to help balance out these symptoms is pills for the hypothyroidism, pills for the hormone replacement, a patch for the hormone replacement, monitoring your heart for complications, which I have to do, and a shot for growth hormone replacement, which I also had to do, hearing aids for hearing loss. Fun fact, I do actually have hearing aids, I just don't wear them because I don't necessarily have to. We just have them because I'm slowly losing my hearing over time. And then there's, like, a bunch of others, like glasses, just stuff to help, like, your symptoms not affect you so much. So I have to take the pills for hypothyroidism, the pills for the hormone replacement. I used to take the patch. Now I take something else to get estrogen. And I do have to monitor my heart, like, every year. And the shot for growth hormone replacement, I started taking at the age of 3, which is the age I was diagnosed with this condition. And basically I had to take like a shot every night to help get that growth hormone in so I could actually grow taller, which is really sad because I'm still not that tall. I'm still very short, but I would be way shorter if I didn't take that medicine. So, and a lot of girls usually take that whenever they get diagnosed. Depends on like the age, because you stop taking it at a certain age because you're supposed to stop growing at a certain age, which is like around 15 to like 17 is when you're supposed to stop growing, and you're as tall as you're gonna get. So half the time girls take it till they're like 17. For me, I stopped taking it at like 12 because it was just getting too complicated to even get the medicine. So I'm as tall as I'm gonna get. Some slight history for it is it was named after a man named Henry Turner, who like discovered it. He was like the first to start doing like research on it and stuff like that. And it was discovered in 1938, and it is still being heavily researched. There is not a lot known about it because it is a very rare condition. So nobody really knows like the actual causes, like why it happens. We just know that it happens, and it has nothing to do with anything that parents do. So it's just like it's a mutation, basically. Like it's a genetic mutation that just occurs. And some of the symptoms and stuff, we're still trying to figure out more medications to help, more of the effects, and just more of the symptoms, more of everything. Luckily, they're like with modern like medicine and stuff like that, I can live a pretty normal life. The only thing is my short stature and the fact that I have to take pills to not go into menopause at such an early age. But other than that, I pretty much live a normal life. I'm luckily not one of the ones that are like on a hospital bed being monitored. And I am very lucky to be alive and be as healthy as I am. I swear, I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. It's a lot to cover in such a short amount of time because I'm actually trying to give you guys a lot of the details. Obviously, there's a lot more details I'll have to go into in another video. But anyways, enough about that. I'm just going to try to finish this up real quick. So, I have to get my blood drawn to check my thyroid because of the hypothyroidism, and that helps determine what dosage I have to take for the pills. And then I already told you about the heart monitoring. That's honestly the only reason I've really gone to the hospital. Besides maybe a couple of surgeries to get my tonsils removed and stuff like that. But to go to my endocrinologist, I usually had to go into the hospital for that, but I don't anymore. And then I have conductive hearing loss, so I may go deaf when I'm older. And when I say older, I mean I'm an old woman type situation. And I might not become deaf. I might just be hard of hearing. And so I may just have to wear hearing aids when I get older just to be able to hear people properly. And then the thing I feel affects me the most, or used to affect me the most, that I've had to learn how to cope with, and this is more of the TED Talk part of this, is the underdeveloped ovaries and not causing me to not be able to ever have a biological child. Ways I coped with this is just remembering that even if I can't have a biological child, I could always have an adopted child and care for them like they're my biological child, which, that's always been something I wanted to do. I've always wanted to adopt. So, it's not it changes my plans much, besides the fact that I'm not going to be able to have that one biological child I wanted and then the one adopted child. I'm just going to have the adopted children. which, it's great that I have that option, because I'm glad that I, like, at least have an option to have a child, even if they aren't biological. And my mom has actually helped me cope with it, because when she found out that I had this condition and she did a research on it and heard that I was most likely never going to be able to have children, she bought me a book called Born from the Heart. And if you guys are curious on what that book's like about, besides the fact that it's about like adoption, if you guys are interested in me like reading that book or something to show you guys like how it helped me and like, like exactly how it was about adoption, besides the fact that like the author was writing about like her experience and having like adopt a child, I can do that, because I don't want to just sit here and give you a summary of like the entire book. I'd rather just sit down and like actually read it to you guys. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can tell me. And then I also love it when like other infertile like females show up in like media, like like Brandy, because I'm pretty sure she ended up having a biological child, but it actually took her a while to actually be able to conceive, if I remember it correctly. I haven't like fully watched Bluey. I just see it show up on my feed, and I did see the onesie episode. And so, but like last I heard, she had a child. I don't know if she adopted or if she actually had a biological child. I'm pretty sure it was biological from what I was seeing on like YouTube shorts. But when I found out that she was like supposed to be like infertile or like having a hard time like having a child, that hit home to me, and it made me really like her character, because like that's me, but unlike Brandy, I'm more willing to like adopt and like so I don't know, I don't want to bore you guys. I feel like if this has already gone long enough, but that's basically like the main lowdown of Turner syndrome, how it's affected me, and all that fun jazz. If you stayed till the end, comment cheese, because I'm curious. And also comment like what your thoughts are about it, and like, or if you know anybody who's like suffering from Turner syndrome, or if you suffer from Turner syndrome yourself, I'd love to hear all about it. Or even if you're like just barely discovering Turner syndrome, like what are your thoughts? Because I know a lot of the time when I tell people about this condition and how it affects me, I get them on the verge of tears, even though to me it doesn't seem to really affect me, and to me I feel like I live a pretty normal life. But like when I tell people about it, they tend to like get on the verge of tears or be like, wow. And like I tend to like kind of scare them. Like some of my classmates, when I was doing like this biology presentation, they got very concerned. Like some of them were very concerned, and like they asked me a lot of questions about it. And if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to comment them, and I will like make a video gathering up those questions and answering them. So like, like kind of like a Q&A, but about my condition. So don't comment any questions about like other things. This is about my condition, okay? Because that was the problem with the live stream I had about this, is that you guys started asking me questions that weren't about it, and then I went on a rant about other things. This is about my condition. So feel free to comment like any questions about it, and I will try and answer them in another video. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah. See you guys in another video. I will be having a comic dub up hopefully soon, so I'll be trying to get back into my normal videos. I know it's been about a month since my last video of a comic dub. Stuff has been happening, But anyways, love you guys. I will see you guys soon with another video. Bye!